indoor Big 12 sports season is reaching a conclusion, and today we look back on an outstanding and record-breaking year for Big 12 women's basketball, track and field, and swimming and diving. Plus, we look ahead at what to expect from Big 12 hoops in postseason. It's all in a celebration of the inspiring women of the Big 12 Conference on Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special. Welcome to College Station, Texas, home of the Aggies, and home to a swarm of NCAA championships in this month of March. And welcome to the second installment of Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special. I'm Katy. This Texas A&M campus has been the hub of conference and national championship activity in recent weeks, in indoor track and field as well as swimming and diving. But much more on that later in the show. Right now, let's talk hoops. The Phillips 66 Big 12 basketball championships have recently wrapped up in Oklahoma City, and the NCAA and WNIT championships are just getting underway. Right now, let's take a look back at the 2008-2009 Big 12 women's basketball season.
The regular season's first marquee matchup was big enough for George W. and Laura Bush to
benches and claim the high jump title.
What an amazing grand opening for Texas A&M in its brand new Gillum Indoor Track Stadium. Congratulations once again to all Big 12 women who competed in this year's indoor track and field season. As the weather warms, most Big 12 women will shift their focus to the outdoor season. This year's Big 12 Outdoor Track and Field Championships will be held at Texas Tech University, followed by the NCAA Championships held this year at the University of Oregon. One of the only athletic stages that gets any bigger on the amateur level is that of the Olympic Games. Texas A&M is the proud home of many Olympians who competed this past summer in Beijing. Aggie swimmer Julia Wilkinson will join us next to break down women's swimming and diving. That's all when we return to Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special.
Texas A&M Student Rec Center has hosted 2 national championship meets over the past 8 years, but is now set to host 2 NCAA title events over a span of only 9 days. Welcome back to Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special. I'm Julia Wilkinson of the Texas A&M swim team. The NCAA Women's Swimming and Diving Championships will be held here at the Texas A&M Student Rec Center March 19th through the 21st. It's bound to be a phenomenal event, considering there's more than a dozen Olympic veterans from the 2008 Summer Games in Beijing, China, who have returned to their college programs and are gearing up to peak once more in College Station, Texas. The Big 12 Conference Championships for women's swimming and diving took place at the end of February at the Mizzou Aquatic Center on the campus of the University of Missouri. Let's take a look back.
23 meet.
So the stage is set for the 2009 NCAA Women's Swimming and Diving Championships. It will take place at the Student Rec Center on the campus of Texas A&M University. The action starts Thursday, March 19th and continues through Friday and Saturday. Each day is broken into 2 sessions, with prelims starting at 11 a.m. and finals starting at 7 p.m. For more information, visit the official athletics website of Texas A&M at aggieathletics.com. When we return, we will rejoin Katy and take a look forward to Big 12 women's basketball in the NCAA tournament.
Welcome to Norman, Oklahoma, site of the recent Big 12 Tennis Championships, and for this edition of Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special. I'm Brittany Baldy from the OU tennis team. We'll get to our review of Big 12 tennis in just a bit, but first up is softball. With the regular season coming to an end, the annual Big 12 championship is right around the corner in Oklahoma City at Hall of Fame Stadium. Let's take a look at who our big swingers are in Big 12 softball.
The Missouri Tigers emerged early.
Example of a lot of hard work that's been put in.
Best of luck to all those conference teams moving on into the NCAA tournament. The national championship will remain in Big 12 borders as Texas A&M hosts the tournament for Division I teams and singles. It's a 2-week tennis carnival through mid-May. There's much more to come on Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special. Up next, we'll be joined by Texas Tech golfer Megan Dowdy with a review of Big 12 golf as well as track and field.
Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special. I'm Megan Dowdy from the Texas Tech Women's Golf Team, and we're here today at the Rawls Golf Course, which I like to call a diamond in the rough. You can find this course in the West Texas Plains just off of the Texas Tech campus. This link-style golf course has proven to test the golf skills of golfers on all levels, and just recently it hosted the 2009 Big 12 Women's Golf Championships. Oklahoma State came in as the top-ranked team in the Big 12 and also came in as defending champions from last year. So let's take a look back.
It was a windy first 2 rounds a year ago, yet the Tigers got another solid weekend from Julia Porter.
Selected teams now head off to one of 3 NCAA regional tournaments where they will hopefully compete in their spot in the national championships. This year, it's held in Owings Mills, Maryland. Along with women's golf, Texas Tech University is also set to host another Big 12 championship in track and field. And up next, we'll tell you which athletes you'll want to keep an eye on when Big 12 Showcase Women's Sports Special returns.